Hello and welcome back to Act 4 of Rogue Trader. We are ever so close to nearing the end. We have just coming back. We've just come back from Komora, the Dark Elf City. We're fresh on the ship. This is all brand new, never before seen stuff for me. Look at this, the Talos Pain Engine. We got ourselves a new little trophy here. We got room for one other big trophy. A blade of Drukhari Venoms, taken from the bodies of the enemies during the defense of Dargonis. We also have is that Malice? The stuffed corpse of a Slive. Oh man. The Mask of Aurora. We've got Tessera. What is this piece? Oh, the bomb that they planted on my ship. Cool. And then all the other bits and pieces. I love seeing the trophies get added in here over time. We, of course, have all sorts of wacky chaos corruption going on here. I'm mostly just popping in here because I wanted to take a quick peek. What are my ablutions? Woo! Are we just taking a bath and getting fed? I like that we just have a guy in a cage that we can watch from the bath. The soothing water caresses your senses, and your grateful muscles welcome a chance to rest. A pleasant languor spreads through your body as you allow yourself a moment of quiet relaxation. I require company and pleasant conversation. Relax and close my eyes. Your attention slowly retreats as you bring yourself to complete stillness, joint by joint, muscle by muscle, pore by pore. Before long, you've surrendered the bastion in your body to the bliss of oblivion. Trouble, worries, loss, such things do not belong in the newly established domain of tranquility. There are only the infinite waters of weightlessness in which, stripped of all things superficial, the mind of biggest Turg von Valancius drifts in silent bliss. In a conscious mind, what fills the void? Thoughts about the price paid for power, the inconsistent paths through which such power is obtained, and the people and things he will sacrifice for the sake of his supremacy. The cost of power is great, but when it comes to accomplishing one's dreams, no price is too high. Demonopathy. Oh man, I think we just hit Fanatic. Once per battle, the Rogue Trader may choose an ally and grant him 20 bonuses for 2 rounds, after which they fall over. I want the enforcers to get in the pool. Do you mean us, your lordship? Yeah. Orders received, your lordship. Become a zealot of chaos. The enforcers are lean and muscular. They sit down awkwardly in the bathtub, clearly fighting the urge to stand at attention. What would you like to talk about? We await your orders. Enjoy this food in Amasek. This is what Slaanesh would do, right? Any blood bubble bombs? The enforcers are barely able to contain their excitement as they shove delicious delicacies into their mouth and wash them down with exceedingly expensive drinks. They've never experienced anything like this before and never will again. It is a feast they will not soon forget, a story they will tell their grandchildren. Now I wish to be fed. This is getting kinky. The woman reverently places slices of exotic fruits and rich-smelling cheeses into your mouth, and the man brings a cup of Amasek to your lips to wash it down. They do everything for you except chew and swallow, but you suspect if you were to give them the order, they'd find a way to do that as well. What do you do with your free time? When we're off duty, we train, maintain our equipment, and pray. When we have some time to ourselves, we might play some Tantalo, and Bran over here carves things out of soap scraps. We barely get enough time to rest, let alone for leisure. I demand a demonstration, Bran. The enforcer looks slightly flustered, but he quickly gets to work. After a little while, he presents you with a bust of the Emperor about half the size of your palm. The Emperor's visage has been recreated with incredible precision and attention to detail. The small carving surpasses the work of many skilled sculptors. Drop it into the bathtub. How clumsy of me. Well, it is only soap. His expression wilts a little. Just so, your lordship. Do you have any other responsibilities besides guarding this bedroom? which you do very badly most of the time. For hundreds of years, our clan has been responsible for ensuring the safety during times of relaxation and leisure. I guard the bath chamber just as my grandmother did before me. She trained me herself and instructed me in the duties. The bath chamber can be more dangerous than a battlefield. You could slip on a wet tile, choke and drown. If the water's too hot, you can burn yourself. If it's too cold, you can freeze. If it's blood, maybe you'll be covered in blood. There have even been cases where angry machine spirits have released sparks of their fury in the water. Of course, numerous assassination attempts, and the moment stops abruptly as the other enforcer loudly clears his throat. I'm afraid to take a bath now, thanks to you. No, it's reassuring to know my enforcers are prepared. No, actually, let's just remain silent. Please excuse my partner, your lordship. She talks too much. I can assure you that in our clan's hundreds of years of service, no rogue trader has ever died while taking a bath. All right, get back to your post. Now that you're drunk. That was a good bath. Carving a full sculpture out of soap while in a bath. It's quite the feat. Hi, Mona. What are you doing in here? Coming to say hi to chat? We're not getting anywhere in this act, apparently. We're spending all of our time in baths, looking at stuff in the bedroom. Now my cat is here. What's this? Change appearance. We're going to offer up a little prayer. We're just going to forget you nearly got drowned and poisoned by a lot of mutant blood. You know, I was wondering about that. All right. You want to pray to the Chaos Gods, Mona? Who's your favorite of the 4 Chaos Gods? Is it Khorne for your unrelenting blood fury? Is it Slaanesh because you're so cute and you want to lure me into giving you pets all the time? Perhaps it's Tzeentch because you make me think you want one thing and then you trick me and you attack me. Or maybe it's Nurgle because your poops are stinky. But no, you're pretty clean. I don't think you're Nurgle. You do love excess. I think Mona might be a Slaanesh cultist. She's not really violent. I think she's definitely a Slaaneshi cultist. That's my guess. Mona is the Chaos God. Oh, yeah. Maybe. All right. You see chat talking to you up there? Yeah. That's them. She's been doing a pretty good job hunting lately. We had a couple of moths get into the house, and yeah, they're not there anymore, I'll tell you that. Waiting for that throat punch. Might be Tzeentch. Might be. We'll do a quick prayer here. All right. Let's get on with the actual plot. We've done enough messing around. Let's get into some trouble. To the map. I am actually very quickly reminded that... Whoa, we have a lot of quests. Okay. Oh no, these are the contracts. Find traces of the Gene Stealer. Go to Footfall. Go to Quasar Terma. Talk to Eurolip. Solomorn on Vabos. Dargonus for Abelard. The door. She'll just tell me when I'm close. Go to Footfall. The latest news. Cure for the rash. Call of the Edge. Wait for fate to lead you to the Iron World. Prophesies the discovery of a third dawn in the hands of a preacher. Sooner or later, the threads of fate will lead the rogue trader to him. Provisions, plasteel, profit factor for phlogiston, profit factor for xenotech, adamantine for mechanisms. Probably do that deal. Xenotech for weapons, chem for plasteel, weapons for provisions. The Imperial Navy has tried to conscript the mech sages of Lasheen, renowned creators of airborne machines by force. The brave technomancers have decided to fight back and require armor for their flying constructs. Do we have new projects to do? Yeah. Rank 4 and rank 5. Ooh, so many options. Holy Prophet. By making use of the corrupt practices of the administratum, one can find a way to keep both psychers and the thrones. Praising the muses. Patronage of architects. Pleasing the tired. To the construction of a floating palace filled with helpful serfs and exquisite pleasures. Well, that does sound like something we would like. Complacency and efficiency get up. A call to arms. Time for Draconis nobility to forget their feuds and take up arms in defense of their native world. +3 security to all colonies. And familial power armor. Oh, yes. 15 strength. 7 deflection and 80 armor. Military Navy. Biggest turn gains the triumph over the Expanse. Flagship restores 33% of the cooldown of ultimate abilities at the end of space combat. Red warp routes always become orange. Oh, wow. Imperial Navy bonuses and a bunch of security. Bastion. Must complete missionaries. Oh, we can't do this because of Foulstone. It's a bit of a pain, but following project must be completed. Bastion. 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 Are you serious? I can't complete a rank 5 project here because we didn't get the colony. I'm going to complain about this. That makes me upsetty spaghetti. What order did we do them in? In this order. Dargonis, Kiavit, Janus, Phabos. Brand of the Modus Force. The whole world gets wrapped in a Grandois potential coil. Orbital Shipyard. Ooh. Tools of Killing. Sacred Flames. A mechanical train. The Navy has sustained heavy losses. That's some pretty good armor. 125 points for each sector, doubled against kinetic attacks. That's some pretty good armor. The Sacrilege of Creation. The heresy of creativity may bear practical fruit if subjects are allowed to secretly produce the mechanisms they invent. Because I'm a heretical fanatic, I can get this. Power of Burning effects inflicted by the wearers increased by 1 for each enemy affected by the wearer's area attacks. Archive of the Expanse. +3 efficiency for all places. Holy Ammunition. Okay, I can't get Sky Barrier, I guess, because that's Foulstone. Let's do the Sacrilege of Creation here. One of those hit or miss. You either get it or you don't. Not getting it F's you really hard. It's just like, I don't know, man. I think that's like a bad design choice. Like, it really feels like you shouldn't be punished for playing the game in one of the 3 ways that they suggest you play it in. Payment in organs. A secret layer of Xeno specialists. Scriptorum schools. Xenos intoxicants. The Lost Void Pirates. Managing to pay in exotic Xenobeasts. Oh, that's fun. Territory for new agri complexes can be gained by the way of fire. All allies deal 10% damage with Melta and plasma weapons. I know of a certain tech priest we have who would love that. Great fire and light bringers. That, I think, is something we can't do. Captive Xenos. Great fire. The pleasure world. Xeno vivisectory or a shelter. I mean, I'm probably going to make this a pleasure world. The wielder of the sword gains 25 bonus to dodge and 25% bonus to parry. Enemies hit by this weapon suffer minus 25 penalty to the weapon skill. Wow, that's really nice. Well, we'll start the Great Fire. Vavos has completed its lair in the void, becoming a pirate den. Here we get Earthbreaker. Pure blood. Grant convicts the right to buy with their labor the freedom of children born in captivity. Extractum igniferium. Open mit pine mining. Oh, this was one of the tier 5 things. A lot of promethium there. Captive Xenos. This was another one. A lot of people. Navy whips. Craven's Bane. A two-handed chainsword. This terrifying weapon of Jurg Sukhoi, a ship disciplinary officer who single-handedly put down a mutiny staged by the cowardly officers of the Void Triumpher. I know someone who would like that, and her name is Cabela. And a penal battalion. 10% critical hit with macro cannons, plus 3 security. Entire planetary regiment of martyr guardsmen, a gift from the rogue trader to the Koronus Expanse in its darkest hour. Raider base. Vavos is a quiet haven. If the rogue trader permits pirate squadrons to use it as a safe staging ground, he will become known as the Pirate King of the Expanse. Whenever the wearer performs a non-burst attack with a pistol, that attack pushes the enemy. If the wearer kills an enemy with a pistol attack, they immediately reload. It grants 5% critical hit chance for all pistol attacks. Palace is for outcasts. Master of the Shadowy Expanse. Or Repentance of the Lost. The Voice of Peduvian. Drusans. Penal Battalion and Xenal Intoxicant. I mean, Raider Base probably sounds like what we want here. I'm going to grab plus 3 security for all my planets, because that seems the most useful to me at the moment. And now at least we're cooking everywhere. Like Yavagama, if it's the first world, its mechanism output is ridiculous. If it scales down, the third is scaled down further. Oh. Oh, I guess because it like takes longer and longer, right? Manage there's nothing for picking the option you did. And because of that, you're now at a disadvantage. Like you don't have Foulstone. Those options should be changed to something else based on the choices you made or add more options. Yeah, there's a planet in the north that's clearly like I gave it over to Chaos. And it's feels like it's designed to be a colony, but like maybe they didn't end up doing it after. Can we visit the Heartless? We've established Vox communication with the captain of the Heartless. He says the ship and our crew serve you faithfully. Yeah, ranged weapons. The captain reports destruction of a pirate ship. The heretics did not know that the Shagona was no longer master of the Heartless and offered to buy captives. Your servants immediately delivered a sudden strike and dispatched the brigands. Great. Good job, Heartless. So one more thing we have to do. We have a lot of Xeno trophies. So we got to pack them up, send them off. There's always something, you know? Oh yeah, and this guy has news for me. We discovered a world that's home to a long-abandoned colony founded centuries ago by one of your predecessors. A ship was sent there carrying several thousand colonists to restore the derelict settlement. After the ship entered the system at destination, contact was lost and its fate remains unknown. In addition to that, your lordship, pirates have presented a serious problem for your domain. For centuries, a group of bandits headed by a ship called the Elusive Contempt has been raiding cargo vessels on their way to the Protectorate's most plentiful extractia. Their ability to deftly escape pursuit by patrols has allowed them to operate with complete impunity. It's been spotted in a nearby system, and our ship is sufficiently powerful to finally chase down the brazen scoundrels. The Astropath Acquirer has received a series of alarming messages concerning Narmer 4, where a dangerous space anomaly is supposedly manifested. Its nature is unknown, but the fabric of space within the system appears to be curved and unstable. There's something else. The ship's astropaths have caught alarming messages. Unidentified ships abandoned by their crew spotted in several systems of the Expanse. It may only be a rumor, but those who encountered them has gone missing. There's new upgrades. For my familiars. At the start of the Overseer's turn, enemies in a 4-cell radius around the Cyber Raven immediately move 1 cell towards the Cyber Raven and become staggered. The Servo Swarm can maintain multiple signal effects at the same time. That's interesting. And the dog attacks the apprehended target whenever somebody else attacks it. Okay. I've already gone up on a bunch of these. There is a Force Sword, which causes warp burn. A very nice heavy Xenomesh. And a 2-handed Tox Sniper. Did they get a bunch of new items in here? Oh my god. This did not go this high up before. A Steel Triad! Automatically passes coercion tests. Well, that's kind of busted. Astartes chainswords. Drukhari helmets. There's a lot of Drukhari stuff in here. A heavy rock saw. Drilling strike. Oh man, there's a bunch of stuff in here. There's a really good lightning staff. An underarmed foe hammer. Whenever the wielder kills a target with this melee attack for the first time, they gain +1 free ranged attack from this weapon until the end of their turn. This wearer becomes the least priority target as long as they have no adjacent enemies or allies. AP rounds. Iconoclast Zealot. Reinforced Voidsman armor. Immune to critical hits. I didn't expect them to add a bunch of stuff in here. This actually caught me a little bit off guard here. The Awakened Nightmare. Increase fail degradation by 5. Yeah, I want to get to that Grimoire of the Void for sure. Oh man, there's all sorts of stuff in here. A telepathy bonus that affected by psychic powers gain 3 resolve for a round. Probably more than that. That's probably willpower resolve. Divided by 2. Damn. So that means if Adira takes this, everybody gets like 15 resolve. Heavy smuggler armor. Oh man, there's so many items. Cultist armor. Medium heretical zealot armor. Whenever this wearer is attacked, the attacker must pass a willpower resistance test with a -20 penalty or become staggered. 15% extra armor if the willpower is more than 70, which I think I'm pretty close to. This would be medium armor with 85% on me. That's extremely good. I don't even need heavy armor if that's the case. This sword scales based on veil degradation. Okay. Fellowship of the Void suddenly has a lot of very good items in here for me. If they're not wearing any armor at the start of combat, they gain 40% dodge and get +2 psi rating. Each kill with this weapon increases its rate of fire by 1. That's nuts. Imperial Navy doesn't have anything new for me. Grab this junk. Grab that junk. What kind of crazy stuff do we have in here? Force field emitters. Good for run and gun. So I think level 21. Tempestuous Carapace was the highest level thing that these guys had as far as I'm aware. 20 tech use and 20 logic can re-roll tests once. If the wielder's a striker, they can re-roll the parry attack once. Oh, man. Souped up fire staff. Went past an armor for the Dark Elf. I mean, I feel like I'm going through a lot of stuff here. Skitarii Ranger armor. For Pascal and only Pascal. Man, I thought I was like maxed out on profit factor at 100, and I'm realizing I am not at all. A commander visor. This is good for me. Holy power armor. Adeptus Astartes armor. Ooh. Vivisector's visor. Oh, there's so many. A motive force storage. Can overcharge multiple times per combat, but only once per round. Whoa. That's pretty good. Advanced heavy stubers. Long lasses melta-guns. Ghost Helm. Willpower for dodge tests instead of agility. Whenever you dodge an attack, you gain +1 psi rating. And an Adeptus Astartes Flamer. Alright, and what do the Jerusans have? I gotta take a look. Get all this stuff. So we can just sell it off if we don't want it. Adeptus Astartes hat. Ooh, this is like an MK2 hat. It's got the beak. Burning level is doubled from Flamers. Crusade Plate. More Adeptus Astartes hats. This wearer always has the highest initiative in combat. That's pretty good. For the buffs. Dogmatic chest piece. High spinner armor. Obviously, that would go good on Cabela. Yeah, there's a bunch of Cabela items in here. Power armor. Mortified Artificer's armor. Heavy weapons cost 1 AP less. 10 armor deflection. Damn, man. A two-handed blade sword. With an additional attack called Double-Edged Strike. Sanctic Staff. Bolter Weapon. Flame Sword, Dragon Scale Power Armor. So this is also where Pascal's best power armor is. Wearer gains 2 AP and 2 MP based on the current turn if they kill an enemy. Just sounds epic, doesn't it? Right? So, you guys have the Chaos Armor. Level 31? How the hell am I going to get there? How much is too much? That's level 16. So it's a lot of levels. 1 rate of fire on burst weapons. That's really good. A foe hammer. Whenever the wearer has 2 melee weapons equipped, they gain 10 weapon skill and 15 critical damage. I know who's getting that. Perform a melee attack after a ranged attack. I don't really have anyone for that. Deathworld Armored Body Glove. Could give that maybe to Cabela. Drusus Prime Shotgun. Area attacks at least 2 enemies within a 2-cell radius. The wearer gains the kick ability until the end of their turn. And this is the sick Veil Degradation Sword. I want that Grimoire of the Void. You need like so much to get up there though. Oh. Those levels felt like they moved a lot quicker than the previous ones. Take it all, check it later. After the wearer uses Blood Oath or Oath of Vengeance, they gain 1 dash. Fancy Hammer. Commerce and Persuasion Monocle. If the ally under the effects of Bring It Down hits an enemy, the wearer gains 1 fellowship and willpower until the end of combat for each different enemy hit or targeted. +1 does not seem like that much. Altari Sniper, Pain Blockers, Bone Shatterer. Another one-handed shotgun. 25 demolition, and their area attacks with weapons deal an additional 8 damage. Demolition damage. Ooh, man. Give that to Cabela. Grab those modified crack grenades. The Torturer Power Hammer. Tempest Cabal Origin. Incubus Armor. That's still not as good as my cool Blade Armor. 25 Coercion. Whenever the wearer attacks an ally with an enemy, that ally gains 10 melee damage. That's confusing. I want this Cultist Plate Armor because I bet it looks sick. But I think I'm kind of out of stuff to give these guys. And they're not the only ones I need to level up. That's the real problem here. Casabelicans want all that same stuff, which is a problem. They have all the Drukari equipment. Iconoclast Zealot. Who's got the power armor? Chaos Light Enforcer Carapace. Oh, I didn't actually see this one. 20 dodge against demons, 15 toughness for Fortress World. Let's just start with that right now. We just picked up a lot of new stuff, so I got to make sure that it is divvied out somewhat properly. So 10 weapon skill, 15 critical hit damage. Or every kill gives you crit hit chance. I'm going to give you this cape. This new cape. I think that's the right choice for you. Adira. Increase the chance of triggering psychic phenomena by 15%. All warp damage is increased by 26. Look, Chains of Domination is great, but I feel like 26, 24 willpower bonus is the real answer there. The Grimoire of the Void. This kick ability. Nah, I gotta keep him with the parry ability. Blood Oath or Oath of Vengeance. Blade Dancer. I actually don't use either of those abilities. I don't really want to use either of those. Don't want to do either of those. Cabela. Area attacks with weapons deal an additional 17 damage. Let's get rid of the Beat of Might here. 170 demolition on her as well is really nice. 10% dodge. 10% dodge against ranged attacks. 15 toughness. I kind of got to just keep her with the Spinner's Breastplate. I don't think she really needs that extra movement. You've got that Melta. You've got a shotgun. And it's a really good one. Right, and I ditched the double pistols for you. Ancient Force Sword versus Awakened Nightmare. This sword absorbs absorbs all sorts of damage. Power Claymore, Excruciator Ball, Targeting Visor, Power Axe. Each time they choose an ally or themselves as the target as an ability. This effect remains until the end of combat. Woo. That's pretty nice. Could wear that Xeno Mesh. But I'm not yet sure if it's right for you. You definitely want to give this on. Because that's 7 dodge to wearer and all allies. Well, under this effect, the wearer counts as being in full cover against all ranged attacks. If you're hit by a ranged attack, that's lost. You're always pretty much in cover from all ranged attacks, so I don't really need that on you. I don't have a good spot for you to take that. And your stuff is kind of already good. So I don't think we make any other changes there. We do have a new sword for you. Oh, this sword is so good. 2838. When you deal damage to the target with this sword, you get bonuses to weapon skill, ballistic skill, toughness, and strength. Oops, that was not the right sword. Do have to get rid of one of my dueling swords. Excuse me. I know we're not keeping her around, so I don't know why I'm even giving her stuff. You lost your sword. Your two-handed Drukari Clave. Right? No, she had the anti-demon sword. Now, where the hell was that? Protector of the Faith was what she was rocking. It's funny that this is a primitive sword and not a Drukari blade. I would have thought. Your shield has changed visually. That was new in the patch. And then I think everybody else is good. Question mark? Oh, armor. Your armor needs to go back. Yeah. I think you just look nicer in this outfit. No, Master High's armor is like extremely good. So it does piercing damage to any target in melee range whenever he makes a melee attack. So he basically just gets like constant splash damage. So it's really hard to take that away from him. Honestly, I think I'm just going to give you double serrated glimmer steel blades. Make him all about bleeds. Pascal, you get int, you get ballistics calibration. You can get ensnare the prey, maybe. Sure. And then ballistic skill. Oh my god. Cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha. That only took a half hour, 45 minutes. Just a few housekeeping things before we get going, you know? If we're not triggering psychic phenomenon every battle, she's not OP enough. Yeah. Two ways you can look at this. We get a lot of really cool, insanely op looking stuff and access to even more. When we get the rep, we'll be unstoppable. We just lost a lot of really cool, insanely op looking stuff and access to even more when we get the rep. But why is this sudden generosity? It's half the fun, right? Go to the world of Quasar Tamer. Go to Footfall. I feel like Footfall is where we want to go, like, last. Siege of Euphrates. The Fall of Sentinel's Pride. I got 2 paths over here that we could get to easy. Visit Dargoni. Forewarning. That's, Solomorn. Unidentified Anomaly. Elusive Plunderers. That's a good deal. Let's do that one. That's a good deal. Let's do that one. The rest we don't really need to worry about. Well, Siege of Euphrates and the Fall of Sentinel's Pride. Sacred Planet of the Adeptus Mechanicus is in peril. Sentinel's Pride, part of House Corda's domain, was attacked by vicious Drukhari. Well, let's go that way. Lord Captain, there's an emergency in the officer's deck. Numerous victims lost in communication. Warp voices filling the compartment. This is not a warp breach. This is the Xenos you took on board. He's gone mad and went on a rampage. I have 2 fairly reliable witness accounts. According to one, the Xenos suddenly assaulted the crew members, gutting them seemingly at random. The other claims there are survivors who barricaded themselves in adjacent compartments. The enforcers managed to isolate the raving Xenos in a dead end, but they've been unable to pacify him. What are your orders? Such are the consequences of ill-considered actions born out of lack of faith in the God Emperor's laws. I'm ready to stop the accursed Xenos rampage personally and repay every life he has taken. Ellentuck, I know what the reason behind Marazai's madness is. I must accompany you to the compartment. I will help you deal with the Dark One. Yerlet, explain your words. Do you remember what happened during my first voyage aboard your ship? When I found myself beyond the veil, the servants of She Who Thirsts descend upon the fragile shell that's protecting your vessel from the outside horrors and break through. The soul of an Eldari shines like a beacon in the night, drawing the gaze of Silentresh and stroking her thirst. The ways of Asurian keep us safe from her claws, but the Dark Ones never sought to restrain their desires for excess and pleasure in order to acquire at least some protection. When the voice of She Who Thirsts called out to me, I found refuge in meditation. I think Marazai started feeding his withering soul instead. Can no one here do anything right without me? Lord Captain, a pair of voids have been banished to relay to us before dying that their comrades are disappearing into a bloody fog, only to emerge in pieces. Your enforcers are trained to suppress human riots, not to restrain deadly xenos. All right, I'm going right there. You are not coming with me. Nor is Argenta. We'll take Pascal and Jay. Did we talk to the Vox lady already? No, I thought I had to talk to her or Danrock. But I can talk to her as well. Jay, you have 5 ranks. I'm not getting anything done here, man. Fellowship. Solid weapons. Get back in the fight. Lower Imperium. Whatever that was. Attention. Oh, no. Parry. Bonus to allies. Provoke attack of opportunities. Take fellowship again. Focus. No, we'll take watch yourself. We'll take Wall of Rockcrete. We'll take ballistic skill. Ballistic skill. All right, that wasn't too bad. Ah, this looks like a fun place to be. Oh, your character has a higher initiative in the next combat. This is a one-time bonus that disappears after the combat end. Because I took a bath. Min-maxing for baths. Open the door before he gets me. Ah! Ah! His body is covered in hundreds of cuts, none of which look deep enough to have ended the victim's suffering in a single blow. Classic Marizai things, you know, honestly. What you get over here? A Mars pattern plasma gun? This was just on my ship. This was just on my ship? I'm rather upset about that. Pascal could have been using that a long time ago. Have that officer and his entire family flogged. Corpse is missing its eyes. Its face is horribly mutilated. Jove, I said I wanted that man's family flogged. Tech enforcers? This enemy of humanity will not get in here. We guarantee it. As long as he doesn't go down the technical shafts deep into the ship. Ooh, a demonette. God Emperor be with us and with all of you. Only you can deal with this spawn. Permission to report, your lordship. It started a few watches after the translation. They say this associate of yours has been acting strangely before that. As if he started hearing things. He was swiveling back and forth, barking something in his Xeno's tongue, and then he grabbed his blade and sliced his hand open. His own hand. And suddenly he howled and lunged at the people nearby. Can you see her? See who, your lordship? Whom are you referring to, Lord Captain? I can't see anyone, but I sure can hear her just fine. Must have come for your Xenos. We should have taken Urlet on this quest, I think. Should we take Urlet? It's too late now. No, it's not. We could just save. Oh, we gotta load that save. There's no way about it. Missed one of Avalar's introductions. Instant reload, right? Disgusting, scummy behavior. Upper decks, void ship. If a demonette is here, looking for Marizai, I think this is maybe the opportunity to get rid of Eurolite. I've been holding on to her for a very long time, specifically for an event that I don't know how to trigger, but this looks like it might be it. So, how am I going to say no? All right, so this time you're like goes. Argenta does not, but Pascal does. Interesting that Argenta is like, I need to come. Let me come with you and purge this Xenos.
The world trembles beneath my feet.
Yes, 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 yes.
Fortune smiles on us.
Give me the plasma gun. Put it on Plasma Daddy. And then we're off to the races. Do we have to start building once more, or it's after all the colony management? Everything is building, so we're gonna have to do like a few jumps before it's all built. Oh, Eurlet actually just said something there. The voice of she who thirsts. He heard the call. Any of your kind who find themselves beyond the veil become tempting prey for Stellan Thresh, and your technology that protects the ship from her baleful influence cannot drown out the sound of her voice. Where is Marizai How? Oh, the Xenos. He's holed up in there. He corralled a number of crewmen in there like Roxas to the slaughterhouse. All we could hear were screams. Well, we couldn't save them, so we locked him in there so he couldn't crawl back out unless he finds a crack. The prospect of having a rabid Xenos crawling inside our bulkheads makes my heart sink. We ought to drag him out and put him on the chain. We swat him down and forget that he ever existed. Who are the victims? Anyone he could get his hands on. He attacked a servitor, even though that didn't last long. He just tore its head off. The rest of them, though, he tortured the life out of them. If only there was a way to flush that fiend out without going in. Completely forgot the late Technomat, he turned on some security systems right before he bled out. If the Xenos thinks about showing his face, those systems will get him. The point is, we should go with your lordship with your permission. It wouldn't be right for the Lord Captain to go in there alone. God, Emperor, help us all. Who is this? Is this the ruler of the vessel and the master of this lost child? Come closer. Let me get a good look at you. Yes, demon mommy. Come to Papa. Give me your weird lobster claw hands. Oh. Whoa. Whoa. What's this guy doing? Some kind of warp sorcery. This corpse is wiggling and jiggling. Doing the worm. This guy's not pretending to be dead very well. Oh, no, he's bleeding. He's bleeding all over the place. Oh, there he goes again. Whoa. Watch out. There's some warp madness on this ship. Captain, I'm ready for you. I am prepared. Slowly scooting his way down the stairs. Truly a demonic sight. All right, we'll leave him in peace.
Embrace true power.
I can hear the beating of his heart, the roaring blood in his veins, the pulsating fear in his black soul. Part of the ship, part of the crew. You think the autosave was before the colony management? No, it wasn't. It wasn't. It was like right before we jumped. 25 Medicaid. Those are good gloves for very specific builds. Whoa, Nelly. When the time comes for me to step into this world, he will be waiting for me. I mean, look, I'll give everybody over to you. I'm fine with that.
The dead know nothing, and neither do the ignorant. The web serves.
That's a lot of boom boom. Okay, Cabela.
The shadows reveal their secrets.
Okay, Cabela. Okay, Cabela.
Watch out.
Sweet Jiminy Crickets.
Another step, another threat. The Vizier. Would he be proud? Am I? Just as I was told. Just as he ordained.
Thank God we got all those demo gloves.
I do what I must. Just as I was told.
Heck yeah.
Path unexplored.
Ready to boogie. We're just going to put you out of your fear here. Yeah, see, all the colony management is going. We're good. We're gravy.
The Vizier. Would he be proud? Am I?
I have come because the prince wills it. The souls of all his progenitors belong to him alone. None will escape his embrace. It's fun that nobody else sees this. But I guess Adira can hear it, which is kind of cool.
Opportunity.
Just as he ordained.
Marzahai, what's up, homie? Marzahai jerks his head up when you appear. His already gaunt face is tightly wrapped in pale gray parchment-like skin. His teeth are bared feverishly, and his dark eyes have turned into two pitch-black mirrors that could show your reflection clearly if you were to gaze into them. He opens his mouth, but instead of words, an unnatural rasping hiss comes out. If this creature ever possessed intelligence, there's no sign of it left. At last, the resonant voice that has followed you on your journey through the deck sounds like it's coming from every direction, chilling you to the bone. At last we meet, my poor child. Look at him, mortal. Look at how he yearns to return to the one whose caress his kind rejects so stubbornly. Come, child, follow my voice and my prince will grant you all the bliss and torment in this universe. Yurlet exclaims something in the Aldari language. The elucidator fails to process her rapid and elaborate speech. Without waiting for Marazai's response, she turns to you. My darkkin has lost himself in the fight against the pull of she who thirsts. Allow me, Ellen talk. Whatever greater differences are, however dissolute and depraved his dark ways may be, I cannot blind my eyes and let Silentresh take him. Sooner or later, all of his kind will step into my embrace. The prince is patient. The prince knows that every Aldari soul is already his. But if you let me get close to the lost child, if you lull him into letting his guard down, my prince will reward you. The soul of this pathetic Xenos is a small price to pay for the blessings that come with my master's favor. Why is there not an option to be like, do that? I'll try to bring him to his senses. The Drukhari stares at you without teeth, blinking, teeth still bared, his frenzied expression frozen like a mask. You hear her hissing again, this time lower and angrier than before. This unit has received a sign from the Omnisaya. Pascal points to the metal platform beneath his feet. The transfer plate upon which the Xenos has so short-sightedly made his lair can be reconfigured to send a short discharge of the motive force. This unit could use it to impart a modicum of reason to this crazed creature. Push an enforcer forward. Look, Marzai, I brought you someone. Well, obviously, I want to do the heretical option. Your eyes can barely register the speed at which he moves. He dashes forward, skewers the enforcer with his blade, and sinks a clawed finger of his other hand into the victim's face. The scream becomes a howl, then a rattle, and the Drukhari throws the mangled corpse away and steps back. The impenetrable reflective veil over his eyes breaks, and you can almost make out his pupils. I'll look back at the enforcers. I need another volunteer. Warp lore has succeeded. How many disjunctions did you survive in Kimura? The warp is powerless as long as you refuse to let it take hold of you. Master yourself. Yeah, I'll take that. Your words appear to have reached his mind. He shakes his head and closes his eyes. Then you watch him take a deep breath and relax his shoulders ever so slightly. Why are you confusing and tricking the lost child? The end is decided. The end is inevitable. I want to look closely at him. The Xenos is standing tall, looking at you with faint traces of intelligence, which are still hazy. What about all that talk of the great Aldari race? If only you could see yourself now, you worthless quivering beast. A mirage was all it took for you to soil yourself. He blinks and his eyes ignite a familiar look of fury and wounded pride. I will rip out your tongue and make you swallow it piece by piece along with your own teeth. The air behind Mara's eye ripples and you watch as the demonette faintly visible silhouette bleeds out of thin air. The horrible mouth is sneering triumphantly, the larger pincer raising higher and higher. Oh. Oh. I took so much effort trying to get this guy out of here. But I guess I have to, right? Kind of want to see what happens in both options. My biggest worry is that like Yerlet is going to somehow stop this. Everyone step back. No! Yerlet's frantic cry fails to prevent the inevitable. The demonette's pincer glances around Mazarai's throat and forces him onto his knees. He tries to resist, but his blade slashes nothing but air. The demonette lets out a hungry howl and leans over Marazai, presses her lips against his mouth. A moment later, his body crumples like a broken puppet. What are my goods? What are my gifts? Yeah, I was really hoping we could just chuck Yerlet into it, but I guess that's the quest failed. I guess we don't have Marasai anymore. Dude, I can't romance anybody in this campaign. Amish, thank you for 14 months. It'd be a better fit if you kept Marasai. I feel like I'd be able to do more evil with him than without him. Here's the thing. I was expecting to get a gift from Slanesh, and I didn't. So I'm willing to roll that back. I saved right before going in through that last door, so. Like, I thought I was going to get a boon, right? That's the whole reason why.
Just as I was taught.
I initially interfered. I mean, one could argue that I was distracting him, which is exactly what she wanted me to do, so.
An ill omen. The Vizier. Would he be proud? Am I?
All right. Come on, Buckaroo here. Try to bring him to his senses. We'll give him an enforcer. Oh. I didn't pass the warp test this time. Need another volunteer. Pascal said he could shock him. A flash of sparks, a stifled cry. He jerks and takes a step back. For a moment, you see something akin to shocked awareness. And we'll say Mazarai behind you. Brings her pincers down on his head and clangs against his raised blade. He crouches and shoves the shrieking warm entity away. No, you're mine. You're mine. And now we get a fight too.
I fear you not, for I am fear incarnate.
I will revel in your suffering.
Oh. the deck enforcers. I guess I should have thrown some of them into the pit. Where's this bird? There? Yeah, all right, why not? Summoning more demonettes. Where's I? That's not how I built you. Those are also not the weapons you're meant to have. Where are your pain hooks? Counter?
To the brink of agony.
Ruin beckons. Purpose guides me. I will triumph. I need no guidance.
Ooh, demonopathy. Yeah, we're 300 out of 500 for heretical. What does this one give us? All weapons become like warp weapons. That's right. Now, it's a bit dangerous for me to be casting any warp shenanigans in here.
I reject the very idea.
So I think I'm going to do my classic Pascal boy, who just loves absolutely exploding everybody. Except I kind of screwed this up a little bit because I forgot he only gets 2 moves here, so whatever. One down. Almost 2 down. Mark a few of them. Get another shot. Oh, how nice. Oh, you might as well go for that one then. Number of attacks is equal to the number of prey in combat divided among all prey in the line of sight. Always hit and always score critical hits. Yeah, you know what? Go nuts. Why not let Pascal just do that? This trap is new. Each enemy in a 2-cell radius around the trap suffers direct damage and must pass the test or become immobilized. I mean, Cabela, you could also just do this. Not clear how that did not just kill him, but okay.
I am your blade and shield.
We'll go behind this guy and cut her up.
Your soul be purged. My blade whispers your name.
So many attacks. Cloud Mind. More Cloud Mind. Goes for Abelard, who counters. Slaughters.
Let's see what you can do.
Which one of these don't cause veil damage? This one.
It's my toy, and I'm gonna control it myself.
Yeah, that's great. Look, can you reach? No, you can't. Marizai turns to you looking the same as ever with the exception that you see grayish blue veins through his parchment skin, something resembling terror. They're gone, but still lurking at the threshold, keeping watch. I can hear the whispers. How to Monkey bear them for days and days on end. You will hear these whispers every time the void vessel travels beyond the veil. Learn to accept it and find an anchor. An anchor? Asked Yanni. That is for those who seek to delude themselves with false limitations. As long as I have victims in plentiful supply, I won't let Cyllin Thresh claim me. Are you sure you've regained your senses? I never forgot myself for a moment. Nothing more. Your presence is causing me a great deal of grief, Xenos. Your kind step beyond the veil with nothing but your crude technologies and prayers to a deaf god, and you expect those who and I rely on such paltry protection from the terrors of she who thirsts? Lord Captain, why are you even listening to him? That there's Xenos worse than a wild beast. How can a ship that sails in the God Emperor's line allow one of his enemies to act like he's the master there? The living meat that serves you talks too much. They would, however, make for perfect playthings. I need strength in order to suffer through your oafish voyages beyond the veil. If you don't obtain such substance, Silentresh will only keep testing my limits. The officer has a point. If things continue on like this, we might end up with a mutiny on our hands. A massacre during every warp jump, as if we didn't have enough trouble to deal with, and on days like this. Let's give him a hunting grounds. A bay on the lower decks. I don't need him killing officers, but if he wants to kill like the rabble and the serfs, these are pretty cool teeth eyes appearing over here. He gives you a long look. The pause starts to drag on when he nonchalantly finally says, "See to it that I am not disappointed with my allotted territory. If I begin to run out of sacrifices, I think your servants will be too terrified of becoming my next plaything to perform their duties adequately. The well-fed monkey on the ship's brig, the Factorum, I think he'll solve the meat supply problem if it arises." "Your lordship," he tries to object, but then immediately shrinks when Marazai looks at him. I guess we should have made sure all those guys died. "Biggest Turg, that meat is too loud." Heretical, nod at the enforcers. Enjoy yourself. Look, I'm already getting those heresy points back. No, somebody else. Nice. And we got a level up.
The world trembles beneath my feet.
That's a win-win for everybody, except those enforcers. But I don't care what enforcers think. They're paid to die. They've been raised to die. At my random whims. It's what being a noble officer was all about. I'm down 5 points total. Yeah. Yeah, I got 10 for sacrificing him and 5 for just letting him kill the guards. It feels like submitting one of your companions directly to Slaanesh should give you a lot more than just 10 points, but... Psyker Extremis. Backdraft? Or additional armor against fire, energy... I think I'm going to take this, just so I don't get damaged. We're not doing like a ton of damage yet. From the initial target suffers half the damage. Yeah, I could use with a little bit more armor. Adira. I'm going to get you this line of sight ability. And then... could get you the ability to use it in melee range. I guess this is not bad. When the Psyker uses divination psychic power on an ally, they gain immunity from like the next critical hit they get. So this would give basically everyone immunity to one critical hit. Yeah, I'll give you unnatural luck. Initial conversation with the demon, you can choose to let her take him straight away. Maybe that'll give better rewards. No, there wasn't an option. I mean, maybe if I didn't have your let with me, it might have, but I didn't see one in there, so. It was either snap him out of it or kill him were the two options in that, so. Let's take ambush. It's really good for you. And then 4-point character has a 20% chance to survive after suffering lethal damage. Or do I want to give you like base skill demolition? Or chain weapon expert, actually. Chain weapon expert would probably be pretty good for you. No, you know what? I say that, but she's actually not using chain weapons anymore. Both of her weapons are like primitive swords. You know what? I'm still going to give it to her just in case she gets them later. We might find better chain weapons as time goes on. You, young man, I know what I want to give you for your second talent. I'll just give you this one. This one's based on strength. And this, I want you to take power armor proficiency. Pascal, unfortunately, I cannot get you to take power armor proficiency, but I can give you withdraw, which is just if anything attacks you, you avoid it. Power weapon. Flame weapons, dual weapons. Eldari weapons. That's melee. That's melee. That's a heal. Don't really use that. Pascal's attacks and effects of exposed weakness. I don't really use exposed weakness. That's melee. That's melee. Heavy armor you can't use. Toughness based. Skills you don't really use. I guess let's give you like lore logic. Or actually, let's go characteristic and training intelligence. And then Matarzai. I think I'll probably take Eldari equipment on you. We'll take that after. Hemorrhage deals additional damage. Let's take that. And their own. You are my Xeno specialist currently. I'm going to give you that. Never mind. The Eldari stuff will come eventually. And we'll talk to the Voxmaster because she also has stuff. No, she doesn't. One of them had it. It doesn't matter which one I talk to. Oh my god. Let's get on a quest. I mean, it's not as if we haven't been on a quest. Promethium here. I don't think we need that. How much Promethium is on this planet? Five? Oh, I guess we'll take it. I can land on this planet? Shard of the Holy World. Have we been here? Sometimes every second or third episode for YouTube is taken up by mostly leveling. So I try to do it offline. I have no idea what's going on here, but I guess we're exploring this planet right now.
I do what I must.
The head of this man was literally wrenched off, unscrewed.
The
Shadows
world will
reveal their
bow.
secrets.
Jesus. Fragment of ship bearing unholy symbols.
Just as I was told.
Ooh. A chaos ship was shot down here.
Just as he ordained.
Dude, I was literally just going to check out the Promethium I better save. Oh, a hell brute! Yo! Oh, we're in some serious business here.
Embrace true power.
The Vizier. Would he be proud? Am I?
A revelation.
This is big time danger zone, man.
Just as I was told.
All that new shiny gear wasn't just for show. Uh-oh. How much HP does he have? I like that for some reason it's hiding over here, but I can still see he has 1200 HP. 600 in the Chaos Space Marines. This looks like maybe it's something I could use. This, on the other hand, looks like it's trouble if I go down it.
Seize the opportunity.
I feel like there is a skill check event here that maybe... Epicenter of Slaughter. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of cultists and stuff here as well. Ah, screw it. Might as well get right into it. Who's going where? Biggest Turk, you can go there, and Legion can go in front of you. Sure, Cabela could go there, Adira could go there. Big A. Is that too far for you? Oh, it activated everybody. Regardless. I'm nervous. These are not small fry.
I will herd the prey.
So, yeah, let's make sure to, like, sworn enemy. The assassin makes an enemy suffer minus armor and deflection until the end of the assassin's turn. I feel like that's a good idea. I have a Dance Macabre that I can use back. I have a free attack. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that'll work.
With grace and malice. It is.
Whoops, I was gonna dash through him before I did that.
It would be beneath me to even attempt it.
Ooh, with Death's Whisper, I could switch to this weapon and swap that bleeding for toxins. 19 stacks of bleed. It's not bad. Do we have a quest here? Did we just find it? We just found it, which probably means I'm not meant to be here, but we'll find out. Thank you. Now you're in range of all my abilities. Very cool of you. I am extremely grateful for that, Chaos Marine.
Death comes in silence.
Let's move up here. Cast Raining Blood.
I shall not fail.
Cover that guy in some blood. Then... yeah, I guess just hit him again. Parry? I did no damage. Uh-oh.
Trust me.
See you later. I'm worried about all my guys in a perfect line for this Hellbrute.
Death to the weak.
73 damage. Oh? Oh? All the cultists are attacking the Hellbrute for some reason?
I serve the ruinous powers.
The Hellbrute's damage is increased by 1% and his armor is decreased per stack. The Hellbrute's number of attacks per turn is increased by 1 and his deflection is decreased. Melee attacks do fire. Huge crit bonuses. Mark of Corruption. Death Blast. When it dies, it goes boom, boom, boom.
On it. Wait, was that you?
You get a buff. You get a buff. You get a buff. Rebound! At least it was on the last ability. Marazai, get the hell up. Stop getting kicked around. He just keeps getting kicked. It's so funny. Toughness equal to toughness bonus. Attacking this creature in melee, you must pass a willpower test or gain burning. Ah, there we go. Each time he suffers an instance of damage, he gains a stack of boundless malice. Okay, so they are just like trying to stack him. Would that work?
But of course.
Interesting that he didn't actually attack, but he still took an insane amount of damage from that.
Damn! What was the command again? Oh, right.
We'll have you... I tell you what, go with a blind and then a
Let's see
shock.
what you can do.
Abelard.
It will be done.
Double taunt. Extra parry. Wall of Rockcrete. You can't really charge right now, so I'm just going to have you attack
It will be done.
and endure. And then I should have cast Sworn Enemy earlier, but you have it now.
I will triumph. This is beneath me.
Here goes the big round of buffs.
Purpose guides me.
Gray hair, sure hair.
Ruin beckons.
The Medicaid signal. She probably can't see him.
I need no guidance.
It's just so much better for me to cast Mind Rupture. Oh, you can!
Anything is.
Oh, then. No brainer. punch. And yeah, he takes an extra like 466 after that. We can also then blind him.
Will do.
We're kind of at like maximum veil degradation though with that, so. I'll set a trap there just in case. Honestly, I kind of just want to attack the Hellbrute. I know we're not going to do like a ton of damage to it, but it's doing a little bit. Equal to the number of prey in combat. Let's also... You can't cast that. Oh. Second weapon. Yes, you can. So this will cause him to shoot everybody for a crit. That's pretty good.
Chaos guides me.
Chaos guides me too. Yeah, they definitely seem to be buffing him. Go, perfect spot. Oh, he's dead. He's dead. He's dead. Who me worry? Wow, you have a lot of AP now this turn. I don't know what the hell you do here, buddy. I'm gonna have Cabela just like sort out the trash. Oh, that was quite the crit.
I will leave footprints of scarlet. One foe or 100.
She's just doing like 200 damage casually.
A dance of blades and shadows.
Hello.
Is a blessing.
What can you do on him? Inflict bleeding. Create full cover. Who else is alive? Oh, there's 3 more cultists up here. My bad, champ. Let me just run back there and kill them as well.
Blade and shield.
Sorry, I'll be right back.
Thy blade be drenched in blood, and thy blessing flow through my veins.
And I'll just run all the way back here. This character's ridiculous, man.
Trust me, thy blade whispers.
Hit him in
your
that
name.
opening, and we'll run to this side, and we'll hit him in that opening again.
Silence. Let your soul be purged.
And then we'll come over here, and I'll blade dance. I probably shouldn't. I should probably set myself up to just retreat. But hold on here. What if I backflipped? I do 155 damage. If I had another opening on this side, I'm pretty sure I'd just kill him if I hit this. You jump there. I don't think you'd only get one jump. I'm gonna blade dance.
Let your soul be purged. Caught by the wind,
That's enough.
There is a life lesson every young man should learn. Keep your backside off any throne you have not rightfully earned or irrevocably won.
Well said, Abelard.
You are addressing me. I am no man.
Anyway, here's your
young or
timely death.
otherwise, and I have nothing to learn from monkey homilies. What is more, I honored that wretched monstrosity you call a throne when I deigned to touch it.
Seems to have exploded from within, dressed in rags, faulty weapons, handmade Achilles and other symbols. What's up, Legion? No, we already looted that chest, little buddy.
The world trembles.
That was
beneath
very
my
funny.
feet.
I love how when Cabela comes online, she just removes everything from play. Oh man, there's a lot of good loot here. Former warehouse of the planet's defenders.
The machine god grants the insight.
Okay. Nothing from those Chaos Marines, eh? What's this? Tearing Vengeance, a one-handed power axe. Ooh. And Boots of Decay. Each time the wearer uses a major psych or power, all enemies of their line of sight lose 30% of their deflection until the start of the wearer's next turn. Bodies of the defender clearly being prepared for some hideous ritual. Do you think I screwed something up? Killing all these guys? I hope not. This axe. It's really good. No matter. 25 damage. Deals an additional strength plus toughness bonus. The first attack against each round against a bleeding target restores 1 AP to the wielder. The wielder suffers 6 damage every turn. I gotta be real. I think I'm gonna use this. Abelard gets himself a big axe. Just gonna get nagged by big chaos. What else is new? Every time you use a major psychic power, all enemies in line of sight lose 30% of their deflection. Or 3% dodge. You give speed boots, so... deflection doesn't, like, affect... whenever an enemy hits the character, so does that also affect psychic damage? That stacks. I'm going to keep you with the dodge boots because it's kind of what keeps you alive. A true heretic tries to collect power for himself. Disrupting other heretics can easily be part of that. I mean, that is honestly a very good argument. What's this little secret? Rampage and keys. Okay. Damn, dudes. I was like really worried about that fight, but I guess not. What a nice trip to this ice planet. Only way to impress the word bearers is by showing strength. Otherwise, they'll view you as a puppet. Yeah, all right, that's fair. So yeah, I only have 4 extractums. I don't actually know that I want to use them on Prometheum. Because we have a lot of promo already. Well, honestly, a nice little distraction for us there. You're distracted by Vigdis's worried voice coming from the box. Lord Captain, I apologize for disturbing you, but your presence is urgently required on the bridge. I managed to stop everyone from barging into the study, but I'm not sure how much longer I can hold them back. My attention is urgently required on the bridge every day. Can't get anywhere in this galaxy. Absolute lunacy. Uh-oh. What heresy is this? Biggest Thurg, what are you doing sitting next to your chair? What a power move. He's like, do you see how thick these thighs are? All I need is one hand on the railing to sturdy myself. Lord Captain, I tried to explain you were busy, but so these are all the dogmatic characters in my squad. I think I might be losing most of my team here. You are consumed by corruption. With every decision you make, I feel more and more that I do not belong in your retinue. Stop and repent before the Emperor before it's too late. Your actions have earned you a grim reputation, Advatar. Ill deeds have too often been done by your hand. You do not live according to the law given by the All-Father, and so I ask you to stop before you go too far. I am loath to visit punishment upon my own savior. You have started down a dangerous path, Elentak. I can see it in your eyes, your actions, the sound of your voice, the beating of your heart. Leave this path while the growing corruption could still be torn from your soul without completely destroying it. Or are you so lost in this world that you long to lose yourself as well? Oh, it's just a threaten. They're not kicking out yet. Just a little bit of heresy as a treat becomes an everyday habit. Well, I'll just get a little heresy on the way home from the store. Just a little smidge. Just a smidge of heresy. Just a little itty-bitty heresy. Good news. Our colonies are upgraded. Call to arms on Dargonis. I need weapons to do that one, do I? This is shenanigans, man. I really dislike this. That you can't do any of these without Bastion. Profit factor people. Complacency, efficiency. Pleasing the tired. A floating palace filled with helpful serfs and exquisite pleasures. That does sound like the kind of thing I'd like. Everybody else is still building, I guess because they're not as efficient. And here we have the Cognizance Fleet Tech Squadron. Lord Captain, the Augurs have detected active combat operations in the orbit on the surface of Euphrates II. We tried to contact the explorers on the flagship, but received a strongly worded demand not to interfere under threat of armed retaliation. Give me details. The world is besieged by a squadron of Cognizance fleet, supported by a joint armada of vessels from across the entire expanse. Among the latter, we are registering vessels recruited by the Lord Inquisitor to defend the sector, that are opposed by the Final Dawn scum, led by the blasphemous traitor ranks from the ranks of the Wordbearers. What's so important about Euphrates II? It is a sacred forge world that has been closed off to the lay people. It was only a threat of having it utterly corrupted by the ruinous powers that the explorers begrudgingly accepted the profane allies setting foot in their blessed world. Who's winning? Parity between the forces as both parties employ conservative strategies with the aim of gradually achieving positional superiority. Tactical progenesis suggests that the impasse will persist for a while. Why are they refusing our aid? Their reaction is the result of reasonable wariness. The agent network of the Cult of the Final Dawn spans entire worlds and has proven its effectiveness time and time again. I presume the tech priests are afraid of letting a treacherous vessel into their combat ranks. Well, I guess I'll just come back here another time then. If that's the way you feel about it. Let's go blow up Incendia Quarters World. An urgent message. Our enforcers have arrested a dangerous saboteur who attempted to gain entry onto the bridge. This incident is worthy of your attention. The circumstances are quite strange. It would be reasonable for Magos Pascal to take a look at him as well. Alright, what's so weird about him? He's most definitely a tech priest. He found his way aboard the ship and penetrated all our security systems with ease. Both his ability to communicate with machine spirits and combat potential of his augments is extraordinary. Nevertheless, the enforcers managed to capture him. During the arrest, the intruder offered no resistance at all, asked for an audience with the great machine spirit. Oh, it's talking to Nomos. He asked to meet with you after realizing the enforcers had no idea what he was talking about. The infiltration of the rogue trader's ship operated by authorized engineers casts doubt on my tech comrade's stability. If he is indeed my tech comrade, that is. Regardless, I will request permission to communicate with the captive. All right, let's go talk. Let's go have a chitty chat. Hi, Cindy. Meow. Meow, 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 meow. Time to take all the items from those guys? Maybe? Hard to say. I think there's an event that's like the triggering event. Nomos! The group of servitors whose moments are suspiciously well synchronized stares at the towering prisoner. You do not need to hear them speak to recognize Nomos, who has seen fit to attend the interrogation. Time to reset that you are urgently needed on the bridge back to 0 days. The captured man, if he can be called that, looks positively gigantic next to the enforcers at his side. Oh yeah, he's a big tech priest. Deadly looking metal gleams beneath his faded crimson robes. His hands are folded obediently and his mechadendrites are perfectly still. I greet the master of this vessel cathedral and offer my humble apologies for this unbidden intrusion. My apologies to you as well, brother. The interloper inclines his head in the direction of the frowning Pascal. Then the prisoner turns slightly and looks straight at Nomos' observing servitors. And of course, I must beg forgiveness from you, Great Spirit. It was not my intent to desecrate your temple. Your apology is accepted. For the prompt admission of guilt, I will allow you to choose the method of your execution. Before I accept your apologies, tell me who you are and why you infiltrated my ship. My name, if it matters, is Asclepius, formerly a computational general of the Cognizance Fleet, now a Liber recluse with the status of Malatech. Malatechs are exiles whose ideas have not yet crossed the line of heresy, but they've come close to it. They're removed from the fleet structure to give them a chance to see the folly of their ways and prevent sedition from spreading. All of that is trivial. My past is nothing but a set of archive data. A lost status is a part replacement string in the long chronicle of the Cognizance Fleet. I come not as the priesthood's messenger, but as a faithful disciple of the most holy Amernat. My brother once served as the Engineer Prime on this ship. He was an adherent to the school of discontinuing the cycle, as am I. It spread that far. I know that my brother perished, but before he did, he sent me a message that told of a journey embarked upon by Theodora von Valancius, a journey through a dimensional gate, an artifact more ancient than humanity itself, and towards worlds unknown. The blessed Amernat was with her. Amernat. It's so hard to say his name. There upon the dark worlds, he witnessed a great miracle, the birth of a machine spirit of incalculable might. My brother believed that this spirit then fell asleep within the ship like a child in a cradle, not responding to lowly pleas. That was the purpose of my pilgrimage, to reach the ship where my brother died, the ship upon whose decks the blessed Amernat had walked, and prostrate myself before the great spirit. Amernat traveled on this ship? He did. My brother's words were clear. Years ago, he was part of the rogue trader Theodora's inner circle before their ways parted. Tell me more about her journey. My knowledge of it is scarce. My brother suspected that his memory, along with the memory of all who might have known the details, had been purposefully modified. He saw it as a sign that the journey had revealed a great truth and that those who did not wish to see that truth brought to light. All that he conveyed to me was that Theodora had reached worlds unlike any the people of the Koronus Expanse had ever seen. There she unearthed a great treasure of technology, one that Amernat had the privilege of experiencing. What do you know about this great spirit? It's a great miracle. The Omnissiah's breath meant to help us discontinue the cycle. It was born of the treasure that Amernat and Theodora discovered upon the Dark Worlds, yet being so glorious needs attendants and guides. And as long as the Cognizant Fleet is racked by schism and my brothers and sisters suffer defeat without end, there is no one to aid the spirit, which is why I came here. Does the name Nomos mean anything to you? No. He has not come to know us yet. He will if you let him, Biggest Turg. We know, we sense that his words are about us, that the story he has told is our story. Nomos, speaking up. You are strong, yet you let yourself be caught. I took a vow that I would never inflict physical harm upon lay people. The Omnissiah grants us the power of the true flesh for the purpose other than damaging the frail and blind creatures that are all who have not yet tasted his knowledge. As you will I will plead that my brother be shown leniency. His story initializes thought. We ask that you keep him for us. Ah, interesting. You can keep him in 3 different ways, or you can kill him in a way that doesn't fit any of them. You're mine now. You shall obey my every whim. That is not what I had wished for, but if such a price is to be paid for the right of staying on the ship and beholding the currents of the Great Spirit, then I shall pay with it. Let the cycle be discontinued. No, most servitors turn their heads to you and nod all at once in what can be interpreted as an expression of gratitude. Talk to Nomos. Good old Nomos. The massive figure of the Malotech Asclepius is frozen before the cogitator in a praying pose. Without raising his head, he addresses you. I salute the ruler of this ship. I see you found your great spirit. I have found a miracle and the end of my worldly road. I've never seen and never will see anything more meaningful than the spirit of Nomos. In the face of its multitude, we are nothing but the fixed values of an erroneous function. You are in a servitor's body at my Magna Ascensios, Nomos. How is it you're once again in a cogitator? Nomos are not in a cogitator or in a servitor. We simply cannot say where we are, but our existence is tied to the existence of the ship for now. The servitor and the cogitator are only external interfaces, shells, like humans in their bodies. So you really are the spirit of the ship. He's silent for a long time as if mulling over the words. We do not know what we are, but the ship is not us. The ship is our cradle. We may rise from it one day. We would like that. Bodies are not merely shells. No, they are shells. A human's existence is more than existence of its shell. This is obvious to us. There is always something more, something that shimmers and shines, from which the dark light and wicked hunger are always reaching. Ah, the soul. You read the databank recovered from Theodora's cache, and then you said the incident marked the beginning of Nomos. What did you mean? Yes, Nomos remembers. You brought us data sustenance, and it contained a name, Epitaph. We recognized it. No, not like that. In that name, we recognized the place where Nomos originate. Nomos suddenly falls silent, and symbols race chaotically across the screens of the huge cogitator. You hear an almost human groan come from the depths of the machine. Nomos understand, realize, comprehend themselves. For a moment, there was silence, broken only by the moans of the huge machine, and then the cyber gargoyle begins to speak, with it the other servitors chosen by Nomos. We have analyzed the data from which you sated us, and we have recreated the sequence of events. First, there was Epitaph. It is a world, but it is merely a case, a container, for something we cannot name and cannot understand. It's a Satan shard. Theodora and the ship have been to this place. Something was lifted up from that world, a gift. A trusted priest in Crimson who identified himself as Amernat comprehended the gift raised from Epitaph, and from it he created what the databank lists as a tech blight. This is there's totally a Star Eater. That's like a Necron world. Is Nomos a Satan shard? That would be confusing because they have their memories. But that's not how Nomos came into being. We were not invented. We were not freed. We came into being by accident. Theodora's ambition, the myriad mechanisms of the huge ship, Amernat's mind, the inquisitive attempts to comprehend and extract, the dormant blight, the dormant epitaph, what lies hidden in its depths, and between it all, we slipped in, connected, and emerged like an electrical discharge between the poles. Accident, incident, that's what we are. We have no purpose, no history. Nomos just are. No, he's not a Satan shard, but I think he was created partly by one. A Satan shard is like... Satans were the... I'm saying their name wrong because I don't know how to pronounce it properly, but they were what did battle with the old ones in like the origin of the galaxy. And the Necrontyr, who was like the flesh version of the Necrons, made a deal with the Satan to turn against the old ones and gave them their metal bodies, which was like a trap because it also took all of basically their soul out of them. And then the Necrons proceeded to betray the Satan and trap them in these giant complexes. But Satans are like beings of light and energy that eat stars. They are known as Star Eaters. And they are like easily the most powerful thing in the Warhammer universe. Even more so than I would say like the Chaos Gods, because the Chaos Gods like can't come into the reality in full, and the Satan are like quite capable of keeping the Imperium at bay. So, Catan, like Settlers of Catan, Accidental Baby Satan, always heresy with protection, Rogue Trader. Do we know where Epitaph is? You discovered the truth about Nomos. Achievement unlocked. The data is gone, deleted, erased deliberately, but we cannot trace who did it or why. What about the tech blight? A gift, but a terrible one. You would call it a weapon. Theodora coveted it. She needed it desperately, but we don't know why. How is Amernat involved. He desired knowledge. Theodora allowed him to explore the gifts of epitaph, slaking his thirst. But we know it didn't bring him happiness. In the footprints of his thirst, fear followed. He was involved in the birth of a spirit named Nomos, who did not believe for a moment he could have been frightened by this miracle. It was not us he feared. He did not know us, but only suspected. His mental processes were occupied by the tech blight. That is what he feared. He wanted protection from it. The ship was on Epitaph. Amernat traveled aboard it, investigating the tech blight, and Nomos was born as the result of the incident. And how is this possible that no one on the crew knew the whole truth? The truth was hidden deliberately. Your officers' memories were stolen. All the cogitator memory banks were wiped. It took you feeding us the truth bit by bit for us to piece it together, and now we understand. Who has the resources, knowledge, and power to accomplish such a feat? It would have been beyond the capabilities of blessed Amernat himself, and he would never destroy knowledge. This story disturbs me. It sounds like the echo of sacrilege whose name is the preservation of ignorance. The spirit of Nomos must be protected from the encroachments of the power that tried to conceal the truth. Let's talk about the future. You do, in fact, have a purpose, Nomos. Oh, your purpose is to be a servant, my blade, a force to be reckoned with by all. A servant, a force. The chorus of servitors dutifully repeats your words, but seemingly without understanding them. Nomos is preoccupied. The huge cogitator continues to sing its creaking song. Blessed be this spirit. A great path and a great future lie before it. We must assist it on its way. Ooh, buddy. Most powerful in the physical universe. Yeah, in the Imperium, yeah. They were vulnerable to warp energy, though, which is why they were always trying to sever the warp and the physical from each other, in which they did not manage. Yeah, and they were vulnerable to a few things. Like, and ultimately, like, the Necrons were trapping them within citadels. It is believed, for example, that actually in the heart of Mars, there is a Satan, and that is probably what the Omnissiah is. But no one can really get in there. And the Admech are like really obsessed with looking at Necron technology. Like, despite them being like, oh no, xenotechnology, we got to get rid of that. Anytime they come across Necron technology, they're like, we're going to doom everyone on this planet in order to study this technology. Lord Captain, the ne'er-do-wells from the Augur crew are reporting we've reached the Nola Septum system, where a Prometheum refining hive Sentinel Pride is located. Bend my mother over the golden throne! The transmission ends abruptly and resumes with a loud click several moments later. Emperor, preserve us, Captain. The entire system's darker than the inside of a Grox's arse. The local star is gone. Stars do not vanish from the sky without a reason. The same villains may be at work here as in Rykad. Sentinel's Pride is an object of strategic importance to the Korda dynasty. It alone covers the Promethean needs of the entire Protectorate. It's not difficult to figure out what happened. The damn Xenos had their work cut out for them, but by the throne they succeeded. This does not mean we can leave the important strategic assets for them to plunder. I suggest we do House Korda a favor and salvage the remains of their Prometheum. Forgive me, Shireen, but I refuse to believe that among the billions of Korda's subjects there wasn't at least a handful of Defra's souls still trusting in the Exalted One's providence, clinging to life. Who will become their salvation if not you? Spare yourself the trouble of hoping that there is anyone left to save down on that doomed little planet. All the Monkey were either taken to Komora or disemboweled on the spot. However, the lackeys of the pathetic Archon who sent their cabal here, who could it be, I wonder? I eagerly await a chance to meet them personally. Thank you for your comprehensive report, Raver. Apologies, Lord Captain. As the esteemed Master Helmsman just stated, the Augur crew is troubled by the anomalous absence of a star at the heart of the Imperium. As for the Hive world, I'm afraid it's lost forever to the Imperium, as are the lives of billions of its children. Destroyed refugee ship. Well, we better loot that before we help anybody out. Void Dragon, mostly the Satan are in pieces, but each shard is still super powerful. Yeah, and if they get out, they're always like looking for the other shards. Well, haven't done a Void battle in a while. We might as well do this. Clear out a couple of spaceships.
Imperium awakens.
All right, what do we got? Talon Styrix frigate, and a Talon Styrix. How do they have an ambush on me? Unbelievable. If one or both abilities are on cooldown, their cooldown time is reduced. I'm going to use focus effort on my... I guess all of our officers got removed when we came back from hell. So let's just quickly put these guys back in church. Just a quick reset there. I'd like to make sure that all of my officers are prepared for void combat. Cliffhanger on the battle for the extra oof. Tempting. Ambush on you because they're sneaky, stabby elder, obviously. Yeah, that's fair. More odd that Agent starts talking about Star Eaters and suddenly the local star is gone. That is suspicious. You're not wrong. Ah, okay. So all my stuff is like booted up here except for Master Maneuvers. So I'm just going to reduce that time down. Now, short range, long range, lance weapon. Starhawk bombers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's my best option? Drakari ships are crazy fast. If I try to like just jump past them, they're all just gonna come up and shoot me anyway. One, two, three. I could boost that and hit them with those macro batteries. Goes first, you, and then you. Two, three, four, five. I'm trying to kind of debate who I want to jump next to.
Charter course. Eviscerate them. Let the incandescent beams scorch our enemies.
Quite enough, eh? Let's increase our evasion. Because I think we're going to get lit up pretty hard here right now. They might go for him instead. Okay. That certainly could have been significantly worse.
Every place on our path. Torpedoes. Send them into the cold void.
So let's start seeing what kind of damage we can do here.
Let destruction fall. Eviscerate them.
Fired the wrong beam cannon to start there, but yeah, my shields are gonna get donged pretty hard there. Spin you. Maybe my front shields. And then we'll reduce the warp channeling. Oh, let's jump, because that'll make sure those torpedoes can't hit us. At least. We're so close, and yet these guys are going to get torped. Aha! These guys should do good, though. I hope. Couple little plasma bombs. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Very good hit with those plasma torps. Yeah, everybody else gets totally gibbed, though.
Let the incandescent beams scorch our enemies.
What is that? I have never seen this before. They look like little speed boosters. Who goes next? That's Starhawk Bomber. I might actually just like go here and shoot into this guy twice.
Steer us to our target.
That seems new, like a shield or something.
Micro cannon. Annihilate them.
Oof. Turn. Oh, the sharp 90-degree finish. Miss, 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 miss.
Eviscerate them.
Boom.
Send their
Now, I do have one problem. And it's those leech torpedoes. So I better hope that's good enough. I love how this ability is just reduce cooldown by a turn. I'm going to keep this on my front. It feels like kind of the safest spot for that to be. Fortunately, these bomber wings can't do much. Ooh, just...
Let the incandescent beams scorch our enemies. Eviscerate them.
That one gonna hit? Oh, yo, 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 yo. I can kill him with the warp
On our path.
twister if I need to. There we go. I love how many sacrificial pirate ships we have.
Again.
They're always just getting exploded. And then the planet is ready for investigation. But, you know, who would I be if I was just to go and investigate this planet right away instead of leaving it on a cliffhanger? We're going to deal with Sentinel's Pride next time, because that's all the time we got for today. So you have to come back and join us. We're going to rip through Acts 4 and Acts 5 in the next couple of days. So stay tuned.